This is indeed a disturbing universe.
Hello, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the Stereo 999 YouTube channel. I am your host, the artist formerly known as Stereo Steve, and I'm here with my pal, Mr. Gopher. Say hi, Mr. Gopher.
Hi, Mr. Gopher.
Mr. Gopher, how was your vacation?
Oh, my vacation was pretty cool. It was great to be out in the wilderness with the geese and the turtles and all that. How have you been? Did you finish up your list of 100 psychedelic songs yet?
Actually, this episode is going to be the final episode, number 91 to 100 on the list of 100 psychedelic songs that I made way back to give me something to do for a few videos, and it's in reverse order of alphabetical by artist and in no particular order, and blah 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 blah. If you've been following this, you know what we're talking about. And we're doing song 91 to 100, so 2 B's and the A's.
Oh, 2 B's or not 2 B's?
Well, that is the question. Well, let's get right into it. Number 91, if we're counting, but this band is the Beacon Street Union. They were from Boston, I believe, part of the Boston Sound. And this is a Karma reissue, which was originally on the MGM label, their second album, entitled The Clown Died in Marvin Gardens. And most of their stuff is somewhere between garage rock and psych, kind of garagey with some psychedelic flourishes. Like, for instance, there's like a 17-minute long version of Baby Please Don't Go on this album. But the song I want to talk about, the song that's on the list, is a song that doesn't sound like anything else they've ever done. It's just this really trippy psychedelic interlude. The song is called May I Light Your Cigarette. And it's got some just kind of trippy, effects-laden guitar, creating an eerie atmosphere with some kind of spoken word over it. It's very bad acid trip kind of stuff. And yeah, just the sheer weirdness, unusualness, atmosphericness of that track puts it on the list. May I Light Your Cigarette by the Beacon Street Union. Okay, next on the list, this band is from Sweden. They're called the Baby Grandmothers, and this is a CD of an album that's just kind of a collection of their early recordings. I think in their time they only released a couple of singles, but the song that keeps ending up on compilations from the Baby Grandmothers is called Somebody Keeps Calling My Name. And it's just a 9-minute frenzy of just sick, distorted guitars and that just builds up and up and up and gets insane. I don't even want to call it proto-metal because it's its own thing, but it's just this sick wash of insane guitars. Goes on for 9 minutes, and it's on this compilation called Forge Your Own Chains, which I very highly recommend. Heavy psychedelic ballads and dirges. Let me just show you the back of this really quick. But good stuff. Bands from all around the world on this. But it closes out with Baby Grandmothers, Somebody's Calling My Name. They actually made like a reunion album in 2017 that was really good. But yeah, the original old stuff of theirs is on this CD, Baby Grandmothers. Okay, let's see. Next, this next record um, came under my attention because of a conversation that I had with somebody at a record fair. I was talking about a couple of my favorites, Chrysalis and Apple Tree Theater, and I was talking about those, and I was saying, those are not your typical psych records. They're like kind of special. Do you know any other records that are like that are just not typical psych records and are kind of special? And the person I was talking to mentioned Creation of Sunlight, and he also mentioned this record, Auto Salvage. Came out on RCA. They're from New York. But this one I'm kind of breaking my rules a little bit because this whole album is kind of its own thing. It's got these really asymmetrical song structures and chunky guitars going back and forth that are almost like Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band, but not quite. And other people have compared this to Jefferson Airplane, but just the kind of angular construction of the songs, it doesn't really sound like Jefferson Airplane to me, but they're like just weirdly structured songs, but catchy at the same time. And the song that's on the list is called 100 Days. 100 days now, and 100 days, 100 years ago. But yeah, just the harmonies. It's almost like folk rock, but like put in a blender. But yeah, great song, great album. Someday I will find a mono copy of this, which has noticeable differences, especially in the little transitions between the songs. I've heard it on the internet. But anyway, 100 Days by Auto Salvage.
Are you going to take 100 days to do this video? I mean, come on, let's keep it moving, man.
If you watch Cosmic Brian, he shows a lot of bands from the 70s that are made up of former members of this band. This is The Attack. The Attack with John Ducan on guitar, who went on to Andromeda, and I think Chucky Buzzard and Fuzzy Duck and 5 Days a Week Straw People. But anyway, The Attack. This record, it says a complete recordings, 1967, 1968. So English psychedelic band, just put out singles while they were together, and a lot of great tunes. Magic in the Air, Lady Orange Peel, Strange House, a lot of great songs. But the song that I picked for my list of 100 psychedelic songs, mainly because of the upbeat catchiness of it and the message, is called Freedom for You. Freedom for you. And it's like an anthem. It's got a really nice riff, and it's got a super catchy chorus, and it's just one of those perfect little 3-minute songs. Freedom for You by The Attack. Okay, this is a record that this is the Asylum Choir, which was the duo of Leon Russell and Mark Beno, who both have solo albums in the 70s worth checking out. But they had this duo, Asylum Choir, and you'll see copies of this album with the toilet paper roll as the cover, and you will see them with this cover, usually priced half as much. But it's the exact same plastic record in both covers. And, you know, it's got a little kind of proto blues rock, swamp rock a little bit. But the song that makes the list, the most psychedelic song on this record, is called Icicle Star Tree. And it's got the harmoniousness and trippiness that makes it a psychedelic song that makes my list. The Churchills of Golden Gate Park, they give no shits, they give no fucks. They just float in the water. That is what they do. The Churchills. Is it turtle or tortoise? See, if you mislabel them, they will not get pissed off. That is how chill these turtles or tortoises are. Yes.
Will you get on with it?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's just fine. Come on, boys. Just one more time.
Okay, now we're getting into the last 5 songs on the list of 100 psychedelic songs that have been dominating videos like all year, I think. But I've been having fun with this. I'm really getting into my roots, and this one is especially one of my roots because this is one of the first psychedelic, like relatively obscure psychedelic records that I ever picked up. I was 13. I had that Critics' Choice Top 200 Albums book, which I made a whole video about that a million years ago, and you can scroll down and find it because I got no time to waste here with what I'm doing here. I guess. I don't know. Anyway, this one, like the Asylum Choir, this is another duo. This band is called the Apple Tree Theater. The album is called Playback. And it was a duo of 2 brothers, John and Terrence Boylan, who went on to do a lot of other stuff, which sometime in the future I will make a video and talk about some of the other stuff that they went on to do, which I've kind of mentioned in past videos. But the book just kind of showed the album cover and the titles of the songs. And this one has these long titles that got my attention, like Nevertheless It Was Italy, a deja vu in a pizza parlor, and a bit of merry old England. The song that I'm putting on the list, and again, this is another one where this whole album is special. It's got its own, it's kind of a concept album. There's little skits in between the songs, and it kind of tells a story, kind of. It says, The memory is like a tape machine recording day-to-day experience. May we play back from what we remember. But the song that kicks off side 2 is the song that I put on the list. You're the biggest thing in my life, being as it is a pause in the proceedings. But it's kind of a mid-tempo ballad, you know, and it's kind of a love song, but kind of not. I don't know, but I mean, great arrangement, a great chorus, and a blistering guitar solo by the great Larry Coryell in the middle of it. And yeah, it's just a brilliant song from a brilliant album. And Apple Tree Theater. Now that we're in the apples. Next song on the list, while we're on apples, I originally discovered it on this compilation, Chocolate Soup for Diabetics. It's a compilation of English psychedelia for the most part. There's a series of these, came out, you know, back in the 80s around the same time as Pebbles. But back then I picked up the first volume, discovered a lot of great songs, such as Vacuum Cleaner by Tintern Abbey, Children of the Sun by The Misunderstood, Dantalion's Chariot, The Fire, Father's Name is Dad. But the song off of this that's on the list is The Other Side by a band called Apple. And this is their whole album. It's called An Apple a Day. And the song The Other Side, it's kind of a epic ballad of heartbreak. Again, another just concise 3-minute song that just stirs up the emotions. This is a reissue on the great Acme label that also reissued the Attack record, and it replicates the little flyer that came in original copies of this, talking about apples and fruit and how they're good for you and like the different kinds. So just like the Glass Bottle, the band The Glass Bottle got their name promoting glass bottles, Apple got their name promoting apples. Eat an apple a day. And yeah, but I originally didn't really warm up to the rest of the album. The rest of the album sounded like basic rock and roll, didn't really have the epicness of the song The Other Side. But it's gone to grow on me like apples grow on trees.
Dude, you're losing them. You're losing them. You're just drifting off.
I know. I didn't even take my morning bong hit yet, and I'm already like rambling.
Well, you're a rambling guy.
We're getting into another special one, and Cosmic Brian talked about this record earlier in one of his videos. But song number 98, as we're approaching the end of this ordeal here, Sock It My Way by the Animated Egg, which was one of many Jerry Cole sessions. And Jerry Cole, he was kind of the hardest working guitarist of 60s session players. He played on a lot of Wrecking Crew sessions. He made a bunch of different surf records under different band names on the Crown label. He was behind the Inner Sounds of the Id, if you know that record, which I might have talked about. But the Animated Egg was just a guitar showcase for Jerry Cole. This is an original German pressing on the Europa label. And you can tell by the titles, there's kind of a psychedelic exploitation kind of vibe here, with like songs with titles like I Said, She Said, Acid, and Sippin' and Trippin'. But Sock It My Way, I guess they meant to say Sock It To Me, but Sock It My Way is just this fuzzed out guitar, just total trip. I mean, he's just getting as much fuzz and feedback out of the guitar as possible. And these tracks were recycled for other projects. Like, for instance, 101 Strings Astro Sounds Beyond the Year 2000 is this same album with strings overdubbed. So I made a playlist, which I might put a link to in the description. But anyway, Sock It My Way by the Animated Egg. And I also want to show, because there's a reissue that has bonus tracks from other albums that are like the same musicians under different names. And this is my lovely copy of Are You Experienced by T. Swift and the Electric Bag, originally owned by Hazel Baby. All right, Hazel Baby. Music for the entire family. Oh yeah. I might talk about some of these Jerry Cole Exploito records in a future video. That's an idea that I have kicking around.
Right, like you ever finish anything you start.
Well, hey, I am 2 songs away from finishing this project. Do, 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 do. Okay. For song number 99, we are going to Argentina for the band Almendra from Argentina. I think this is from 1971. This is like, I think this is the best of, I mean, based on that it RCA Pure Gold are the only English words on it. But, you know, South American psych, sung in Spanish. But there's one song, Color Humano, that's like the longest song on here. And plagiarizing another review, it says, Color Humano is an assertive, almost prog-esque track with a very nice guitar solo spanning several minutes. Well, yeah, it's a sick guitar solo spanning several minutes. And it's totally, when you're buying these kind of records, you're looking for long jams like this, and it delivers. I'll just say that.
It's the last song on this stupid list. We're getting to the last song on this stupid list.
Urgh. You know what it's time for? Torture. This compilation album is called Acid Visions. Another one of my formative psychedelic compilations that I picked up when I was first digging into this stuff. It's on the Vox label, And it is all bands from Texas. It's all bands from Texas. And there's, you know, there's some tracks with Johnny Winter on them. And there's the Scotty McKay Quartet, which they sent their tape to Jimmy Page, and Jimmy Page overdubbed a solo and sent it back to them. That's on here. Doing the Train Kept a Rolling. There's the Stoics, Enough of What I Need, which is the song my friend pointed out to me as a reason to buy this. But the song that I want to talk about, the song that concludes my list of 100 psychedelic songs in reverse alphabetical order by artist, more or less, is Torture by A440. If there was ever a proto-punk, 60s garage rock song on this list, it would be the song Torture by A440. And it's got just this interesting juxtaposition of just this kind of frantic, punky verse, and then like a harmonious 60s sounding chorus. And they both blend together perfectly for just a tight little, 3-minute song. I've seen punk bands cover this back in the day locally. But anyway, that concludes the list of 100 psychedelic songs.
You know what that means, Steve?
What does it mean?
It means you're going to have to come up with something different for your next video. I wonder how many weeks that's going to be.
I don't know. I got some stuff cooking. Show and tell, just a game I play when I want to show you some records. So like and subscribe, and you'll see them next time too. All